I'm just going to do a divine feminine reading. There's a lot of divine feminine energies around at the moment. So beautiful. And I'm up in Queensland, and at the moment I'm around Mount Warning area, which is good, which is actually grandfather energy, so more masculine type energy. But I really feel like up in Queensland more so, there's a lot of change that's happening there with the water and everything else, and the amount of water they've had and the floods, and just really getting rid of the old earth energies and moving into the new earth energies with these eclipses. So, and water is very cleansing, so that's what's happening at the moment. But I also feel like Queensland is like pregnant with all these amazing possibilities of what's coming. It's kind of like, for me, the energy's a lot like the Atlantean energies of old. So sometimes, and I've done readings for people over the last few months and found that a lot of people will be moving up to this area, and because the energies are such that it's going to be like the new Atlantis type of energies. It's very old, the energy is very old, but it's being renewed by removing a lot of the old toxic energies and bringing in a lot of the new earth energies that are more Atlantean based. It's really interesting, really interesting. Okay, going to be very interesting times up here, in a few years. It's going to be quite an interesting place to be. Feminine. Been feeling very feminine since I've been up here. It's such a the heat. I think it's the heat, but also to you walk into shops and there's all these beautiful women that are there, and the clothes are so feminine, and it's just lovely. I love being up here. So the Nine of Cups at the moment, the feminine is really going through an emotional change within themselves. They're really starting to access their independence emotionally, and it's interesting because the feminine energies are really relying on listening to their intuition, and also listening to God, or all that is, or source, or however you want to see God, source, all that is. And recognizing that very much so they're a part of all that is. And so those energies are really starting to come to the fore within her, and she's just in this lovely nurturing space and holding space for other feminines and herself, because they're real goddess energies, and you can really feel it up here. It's very feminine, the energies, and she's very much holding her own grail, her own holy grail. She's found her own holy grail, and she's found it within herself, within her heart structure. The feminine now is actually really starting to hone in on her heart, and how opening her heart can actually lead to unconditional love for herself and everyone that is in her space, and of course then collectively. So the feminine at the moment, the divine feminine, is leading the way energetically into the new earth energies. Three of Pentacles. At the moment she's sort of like hoarding her own energy to herself. She doesn't really need anybody at all. She's relying very heavily on source, and her source, from finding her own source within her, and not needing anybody really to provide her with any sort of emotional stability, because she finds it within herself and from other women around her. It's a very kind of it's an independence, but it's also an interdependence with other women, and it's a beautiful hand-in-hand sort of energy with each other and other feminines who are also going through the same amount of emotions that they're coming to terms with within themselves, and able to then and convey that to others as well. but really women, there's this camaraderie I see between women, which is really lovely to see. So I think a lot of the feminines will be working together, as well as individually. They'll also have a lot of support and will be working together. Very Amazon type of energies. At the same time, also lovely, gentle energies as well as the Amazonian warrior. Also the lovely gentleness that's coming through as well. She's got plenty of ideas where she wants to go and what she wants to do, but also collectively working with other women as well. It's really becoming apparent that women need to support women, and that and in supporting themselves, they also can then support children and other women as well. There is also the card of abundance. The spider is very, 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 very prevalent at the moment. She's weaving her web and really incorporating a lot of her ideas and a sense of wonderment and fulfillment, and also then radiating that out from within, so without. And she is the Empress. All four queens wrapped in one. She's going through a massive transformation at the moment, as we all are, through these eclipse energies. And she's really beginning to find that her sense of herself through the High Priestess energies that are very, very, very Atlantean and from the Isle of Avalon. Those beautiful priestess energies that are coming through, and that wonderment of magic and intuition that each of us hold within all of ourselves. And when we access that magic within ourselves, we also access the goddess codes, the priestess codes, through the Mary Magdalene, through the Magdalene, through the Mother of Mary, and through the beautiful rosary of the Way of the Rose, which is the beautiful Magdalene and Mother energies, and also the Avalon energies as well. Ten of Cups. So as she gives to herself on every level, she's then able to become available for anyone that requires her nurturing presence and her loving presence. She is and always will be love. That's all she is, that's all she ever has been. And she is very, very much in those energies at the moment. Very stable, very peaceful, very gentle. Okay, see you soon.